for the first time in quite some time, and back with you on YouTube coming up here momentarily as we get things settled. Want to make certain that everything is working first before we get too far advanced at this time. And again, for right now, just double check, make certain. Okay, we are getting some audio here through, so that's the good news. On Twitch, looks like we are back on Twitch for now. Let me just make certain YouTube is working properly, and we'll go from there. And this is, again, the opportunity to talk about what's going on with the weather. If you haven't been here before and you haven't, excuse me, watched for quite some time, we haven't been back online because of the fact that we've had some schedule changes taking place over the last couple of weeks. So I've been filling in a lot on the morning show, and again, Chip Chapman's been filling in for me at various points in time. So we've had this kind of trade-off situation in regards to what's going on with our weather coverage, and we have to make certain all the shows are covered. So we want to make certain that everybody's realizing again what's going on for out there for right now. Again, for the time being, we've got some very quiet conditions. By the way, again, this is Tuesday night, the 3rd of September. For those of you who are just tuning in for the first time around, we do not have anything really huge taking place for now. There are some areas of activity back across portions of the Atlantic that we want to talk about here coming up in just a little bit. And then we also again see, and why am I frozen on Twitch? This is not, hopefully everything is where it needs to be there. Terribly sorry, it looks like we're having a bit of a problem on Twitch. I'm not exactly too sure what's going on at this time. May have to switch back over for a second. Okay, we've got audio. We've got no video. Not too sure why this is taking place at this point. So for now, wow, okay, this hasn't happened before. So, okay, YouTube, everybody stand by on that camera, and we'll try to see what is going on here with Twitch. For now, we may have to restart everything here, excuse me, in just a little bit. Okay, I have to stop the stream and stop the recording here on Twitch to see what is going on. That's something we don't often see too much of. Let's see if we can get that re-going here in just a little bit. For those of you on YouTube, if you have any questions about what's going on with the weather situation, go ahead and give us an idea. Go ahead and put your questions into the chat function. Okay, it looks like we are back online here for now. So far, so good. Apologies for the mix-up on Twitch. Not too sure what's going on. Could be the computer, could be the internet. Difficult to say for the time being. We'll keep you updated on that as we go along. Again, as I just said, it is Tuesday night, the 3rd of September. We are in a new month. It is meteorological autumn. We also have, again, some fairly quiet conditions, so I think we've pretty much established everything going on here. So let's go ahead and get started and talk about what's going on with the weather situation. Temperatures were very close to where we should be at this time of the year. 89 the high, right above our normal high temperature of 88. 70 was the low, 68 the normal low. Precipitation, this is where we're running into a problem. August came in at a very low level when it came to precipitation. We were way behind for the entire month, and so far for the month we've only picked up 1/100th of an inch, which means we're already a third of an inch behind for September. And for the year, this is the big number that we're watching, 8.5 inches plus lower than normal. So we should be at this time close to 37 inches of rainfall. We are way beyond that at this point, again, to where we are very low. We need some help on that. We're not seeing that for right now. It'd be nice to have that, but we don't have anything going on for the time being. Heading off to the school bus tomorrow morning, it will be, again, very much on the quiet side and a few clouds out there, but kind of like this morning, temperatures will be back into the high 60s and probably back into the mid to upper 80s by the time these final bell rings for the afternoon and for the extracurricular activities out there. So for the rest of the day, not seeing too much of anything to be concerned about again for now. For outdoor activities tomorrow, it is going to be very much on the warm side once again, as you just saw on the school day forecast, high 80s. For outdoor activities, again, a cloud-sun mixture. I would make certain that you had some sunblock available and that extra amount of water to drink, because it is going to be quite warm out there. Temperatures near the top of the hour, we're coming close to 10 o'clock Eastern time, and everybody in the 60s and 70s, a few 80s showing up in Chattanooga and Langston, Alabama. Scottsboro, again, I would check your official thermometer out, because obviously something is not going correct there at this time. Heading out on the golf course tomorrow, it is going to be a possibility of getting overheated, even though the temperatures are going to be very much on the warm side. Temperatures in the high 80s with clouds coming and going, and wind should be on the lighter side. Might be a little breezy, but again, not doing too bad out there for tomorrow. Island Cove looking good on the EPB fiber optics weather cam network. Let me see if I can get a couple of other cameras here before the website decides to fall apart on me again. And it looks like, well, this might be the only view we have right now. Having some tech issues with the control system here. So for right now, Island Cove is about all we get. Sylvester the Spider hanging out for tonight. Apologies for the arachnophobes out there. I should have warned you about that coming on. Temperatures at the airport back in the high 70s. Again, numbers not doing too terrible for tonight. Southeast winds about 7 miles per hour, so definitely on the comfortable side. We do not have a lot happening where we are. We have the storm system that passed us down to the south, and that's continuing to basically fall apart. We have the potential for more showers, a few thunderstorms over portions of Alabama and Mississippi tonight, but that's about it. That area of low pressure and the trailing cold front has basically just kind of fallen apart. There's not that much left of it. Chattanooga and the News 12 viewing area here, if we hadn't mentioned beforehand, from downtown Chattanooga, WDEF News 12 for tonight. So this front helping to stir up showers and thunderstorms from the Rio Grande to the Atlantic. Our next storm system on its way, that's going to be dropping on through into the weekend, and that might give us the potential of some thunderstorms. The problem we've got is that most of what we're looking at for now is going to be very much on the light side. So tomorrow morning, high 50s to low 60s. Tomorrow afternoon, gray indicates the cloud cover out there, so a cloud-sun mixture. For Thursday morning, again, very much on the pleasant side, back in the high 60s. For low temperatures, mid to upper 80s. A little cooler down here as temperatures remain under those clouds and areas of chances of rainfall. That's where we're seeing chances of showers and thunderstorms. That starts to make its way up our direction as we get into Friday morning. So kids at the bus stop might need some rain protection. And then for Friday afternoon, about the time the kids get out of school, and right about Friday night football, that is where we may see the potential for more showers and thunderstorms taking place as that next cold front finally makes its way out of Canada and moves its way a little bit closer to us. Now that front, by the time we get into Saturday morning, should push all that moisture away from us off to the south and east and over toward the Atlantic. So clearer, drier conditions coming through. Maybe a bit on the cooler side, but for now, I think what we're going to be looking for is going to be some very quiet and dry conditions, maybe on the warm and dry and sunny side from what it looks like for right now. And then into the rest of the weekend for Saturday afternoon, beautiful conditions, high 70s to mid 80s, and then numbers continue that way as we go into Sunday, so looking very good. That next front should give us the potential of some excellent conditions in here as temperatures remain below normal as we go into the last of the first week of September and the beginning of the second week of September. That's where we get the really good news on the temperatures. We've been triple digits for a lot of days around here. We're getting back to where we should be at this time of the year, and then numbers really start to get a lot more comfortable out there. Now, that's the good news about the storm system that's on its way in from Canada. The bad news, and I really wish we could give you some better ideas for when we're going to pick up some better chances of rainfall coming on through here, but for now, this is not good news. 2.5 to 4 inches of rainfall from the Carolina coast down toward the Gulf Coast and the Rio Grande and parts of Texas, Louisiana, southern Mississippi, and Alabama could be getting a very good soaking into the weekend. Part of that old, what almost was a tropical system, might be helping to deliver, along with that inbound front, some more chances of showers and thunderstorms, and that means heavier rainfall. For us, yeah, not really looking at a lot of activity. So for Chattanooga and around the area of Knoxville, back toward the Mid-South, up toward the Ohio River Valley, fractions of an inch. We, if we're lucky, might pick up 1/10 of an inch, and that mainly on Friday. So we don't have much of any good news where we're seeing any potential of heavier rainfall. All of this making its way up this direction might make a dent in our dry conditions, but it is not helping us out anytime soon where it comes to anything drought busting. Numbers are going to stay that way for the next several days, it looks like, and that means we could be heading into some higher wildfire danger. Really hate to say that, but for right now, that looks like that may be about the best possibility. All right, cameras have finally resolved themselves. The Speedy's Total Car Care camera looking around the North Shore, the Tennessee River flowing between here and downtown, and a quiet night tonight. A few folks out on the footbridge, beautiful for a night's walk, and temperatures, again, not doing too bad for this evening. The next couple of days, it will be a little bit warmer with highs back into the high 80s. Just below normal. It will be warm, but it won't be overly hot, so not bad for the kids at school. Friday afternoon and evening, that is going to be our best potential for showers and thunderstorms coming up. A 30% chance for right now. That's what the models are giving us. Best as we can do for the time being, because everything else anytime soon is going to be very dry. The weekend and most of next week is going to be very sunny with little of any chance in the way of rainfall coming on through. Now, if everything works, we should on average pick up about 11 hundredths of inches of rainfall per day out of the entire year. So for right now, from Wednesday onward, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, by Sunday, it's a good possibility if we don't get too much rainfall here, by Sunday, maybe Monday, we are going to be about 9 inches below normal on rainfall and continuing to get worse and worse the longer the rain stays away. This is our best chance of getting rain. It is not helping us, unfortunately, because of the fact that we just need a lot more rain than what we have been seeing, and it's just not going to be improving anytime soon. Forgot to mention again the 7-day forecast, lower section of your screen. Let me make certain I'm pointing the right direction there on YouTube and Twitch. Let's see, Twitch is there, YouTube it's there. I'm working off of 2 different cameras here, so able to stream on 2 different services at once. I don't have the ability to go live on multiple platforms, unfortunately, and Facebook has still locked me out after the hacking attempt, so there's nothing I can do to help out on there either. So next week, again, numbers tumble into the lower 80s, very comfortable through the later part of the week and the weekend, and toward next week we warm up a little bit, but stay right about to just below normal into, again, the rest of the forecast. So looking decent on the temperatures. We're not in the triple digits. We're not in record-breaking territory. That's good news. We just need more rainfall to really help out on more than anything else. All right, that is it for tonight on what's going on for weather. Let's get some extracurricular activities here. Thank you very much, News 12 viewer Lee Ann O'Kelly from Chatsworth, for a beautiful view of a Sea Rock City Today sign on a barn roof in White, Georgia. These are all over the place in parts of central and southern Missouri. I remember them from when I was a kid from a long time ago. So thank you, Miss O'Kelly, for this view for our Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. If you've got pictures, let's see them. Drop them to our social media pages. Send them to us on email or just go to our website, wdef.com/photos. We'd love to see what you are seeing out there, and also go ahead and send those in to us so we can send them on to everybody else by on air or online. All right, for the next couple of weeks, this isn't happening anytime soon, but something to mark your calendars for. A lot of people think that NOAA only talks about climate change, and if we get rid of NOAA, we'll be improving the climate change hoax situation, of which there is none. It's not a hoax, it's actually happening. But a lot of people think if we get rid of NOAA, we have nothing to worry about, and everybody will stop talking about climate change. That's one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard of in my entire life as a political strategy or to promote science of a certain nature, if it even does come close to that. So, what does NOAA do? They operate the National Weather Service, among many other things, in order to help keep you safe, to promote safe commerce, to make certain that business flows along. If those of you who are capitalists out there, if you cannot get your product to market, that's a big breakdown in the chain of supply and demand, and NOAA helps to make certain that people on the road, people who are flying cargo planes and shipping vessels and doing everything possible to make certain that everybody stays safe where the weather and the climate is concerned, the National Weather Service is just one of those things. If you live in this area, if you live around the News 12 viewing area, Southeast Tennessee is covered by the National Weather Service in Morristown, Tennessee at 5974 Commerce Boulevard in Morristown. In about 3 weeks, the National Weather Service will be holding an open house. These are rare. They don't happen a lot. If you would like to see more about what NOAA does, up close and personal, ask questions of the meteorologist, the hydrologist, the operations specialists, the warning coordination meteorologist about what NOAA does through the National Weather Service. Here is a golden opportunity for you to be able to see more about what goes on. This is a great opportunity. Please take advantage of it. Show up. It's free. No alcohol, no animals except for service animals. There's a lot of other rules. You can find out more at their website or at our website. Scroll down beneath the forecast information, and you can find out more at wdef.com /weather. All right, next couple of weeks, couple of great events coming up if you'd like to check them out. First of all, a star party from the local Barnard Astronomical Society will be taking place this coming Saturday, September the 7th, 7:30 to 11 p.m. Again, this is weather dependent. If you'd like to know more, you can go to their website. This will be held at the Cloudland Canyon State Park in the Disc Golf area, Rising Fawn, Georgia. Now, very important note here, the events from BAS are totally free. The parking at Cloudland Canyon is not. That's $5 parking per vehicle. Got to admit, for $5 and being able to see some really, really, really cool stuff through the telescopes and binoculars and spotting scopes, that's a nice price to pay to get your kids and hopefully yourself interested in astronomy. So that's coming up this Saturday, the 7th, from 7:30 to 11. If the weather is foul and they have to cancel, they will make an announcement through their social media pages and on their website, so stay tuned for more there. Now, a week after that, on the 14th, the same group will be holding an observing event at Greenway Farm, 5051 Gan Store Road in Hickson, Tennessee. This is called International Observe the Moon Night. Big deal. You say, I can observe the moon anytime I want to if I just want to walk out at nighttime at certain points of the night or the day. Well, yeah, technically that's true, but this is a night that is set aside for the promotion of astronomy and to promote a little bit more about what's going on with science. And astronomy is a very cool science. And to observe the moon and to post about it on social media, great opportunity to be able to look through the scopes, let the kids see a little bit more about what goes on, very close-up views of the lunar surface. And again, if you haven't, as it says here, if you've never looked at the moon through a telescope on their website, be prepared to have your mind blown. It's very cool to see that close up and to take pictures and to observe that and to post it on social media. This is a special night that celebrates astronomy. Your opportunity to take advantage of that and to see what's going on out there. Thank you, Barnard Astronomical Society, for holding these events and helping people to get a little bit more knowledgeable about what's going on in the skies above us. Now, this information comes to us from the email update, What's Up in Space. Thank you, curator, on that, Tony Rice. In the next few weeks, a comet which was discovered a few weeks ago, this right here, or about a year or so ago, I should say, this is something to really take a look at because it is very neat to be able to see the changes in the heavens that take place. This is not a harbinger of doom. This is not anything to take a look at in the way of a portent of something foul happening, which is what people thought when comets appeared in the sky a long, long time ago. Nowadays, it's an event that we can all study and enjoy and have a good time learning about astronomy. Well, in the next few weeks, let me see if I can get this per minute here. Okay, this is Comet C/2023 A3. Let's see. Chuchin-Shan Atlas, named after the discoverers or the observatories that, again, where the comet was discovered. This could be one of the brightest ones we've seen in years, even brighter than C/2020 F3 Neowise comet back in 2020. And this, you'll know it probably as Comet C/2023 or Comet Atlas, because that's a more catchy way of hearing about it in the next few weeks. Now, this is going to be expected to be a morning comet, which means it'll rise right before the sun does. The trick is spotting the comet before it gets too bright and before the sun rises over the horizon. So that'll be the target area, starting to come into view around the 15th of September. And if everything works, it should be bright right before its encounter with the sun, closer to the sun on October 4th, right between the constellation of Hydra, Leo, and Virgo. So this, again, will be expected to be a morning comet. It could be very bright. It may not be. The one thing about comets and being able to predict them, balls of gas and dust and ice and snow hundreds of thousands of miles away from us, it's very difficult to say what will happen with these events. This comet could fracture and fly apart as it gets closer to the sun. There might be pockets of minerals on here which might, as the sun's heat warms the comet, causes them to explode and get much brighter. We could see that. It's possible. It's just very, very difficult to, again, predict anything with comets. From what this is looking like, again, hopefully through about September, and maybe might see the potential of a good tail out of this. Some level of visibility, again, by about September 20th as we get through here, as it gets brighter and brighter, hopefully. The new moon around October the 2nd, which means the next new moon coming along next cycle will be giving us better viewing conditions because the light of the moon will not be interfering as we see this comet trek through portions of the solar system. Now, there's not much going on right now. Again, probably not for another couple of weeks on here. This was discovered in 2023, and it could be a naked eye visible comet, according to what we're hearing from Tony Rice on What's Up in Space. So this is going to be really cool to take a look at. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. We'll get more information from the local astronomy groups and information from groups, issuances like this at What's Up in Space. Very nice email system they send out to get more details if you'd like to subscribe to his information. Very neat to have that. Thank you very much, Mr. Rice. A very nice job on that. And we'll keep you updated on this near pass of this comet coming our way. So definitely want to stay tuned for more on that. Think that's it for tonight. We've got one more thing to talk about here, going back for a little bit of exometeorology. And this is something that's really cool because you take a look at weather on other planets. When the Mars Pathfinder lander dropped to the surface of Mars on July 30th, 1997, what was roughly the temperature, and I say roughly because they took the average of this over several days after the lander made its way to the surface. How warm or cold was it on the surface? Minus 20 in Fahrenheit, minus 20, 0 again in Fahrenheit, which has absolutely no connotation on the scale. It's just as low as Fahrenheit could get his thermometer to get. It means neither freezing nor liquid water or boiling. It just means a very cold temperature that could be gotten by Mr. Fahrenheit. 7 or 61. 61 was chosen by 64% of the viewers. The actual answer was about 7 degrees Fahrenheit on average. 15% of you voted for that. So thank you very much for participating in our poll. If you'd like to vote, new weather poll goes up at midnight. Use our QR code here, or just go to wdef.com/vote now for more. We're glad to have you online there to take a look around. Let's take a look real quick at the tropics. Want to make sure that everything is getting into your knowledge base here as we approach the peak of the season in about a week or so. What almost was a system developing here over the northern Gulf. This is what maybe begin to distribute more moisture across the Gulf area, but we're not seeing a lot of anything else for now until that next system rolls on through. And then this system might begin to head its way up into the western Gulf if it survives its trip over the Yucatan Peninsula into the Bay of Campeche. If this develops into something, this would be the F-named storm coming up. This one earlier on giving a 30% chance of development. Let me just double check here and see if we've got anything changing from the National Hurricane Center. Okay, no, as of 8 o'clock, 30% chance of this storm system developing. The one in the middle, likewise, this one, a 10% possibility developing. That's that mass of clouds right there, halfway between Africa and South America. So we do have at least a little bit of development there. Better possibility development here. This one also not seeing a great opportunity for development just off the coast of Africa. So we do have the potential of 3 systems developing, none of which have a great chance at this time. But notice there's not a lot of dust up in the air over the Atlantic. So with the current conditions the way they are, and with 3 systems now in play, it is possible that we could see any of these develop anytime soon. Not to mention there are more waves coming in from off of Africa in the course of the next few days. Nothing immediate springs to mind, but it is possible. So we will be watching all of these with a lot of interest. Either way, what does this mean? It means that if you're heading anywhere to a coastal area, the beach, out into the ocean on a cruise, anything like that, you really need to watch and see more about what is going on when it comes to these systems. It's time to be very weather aware. We're on the ramp up to the peak of hurricane season, which happens next Tuesday. That's the midway point between June the 1st and December the 1st. So we're almost at the halfway point, but we haven't so far seen more than 3 systems. Earlier on, we had a couple of those out into the Atlantic. That, again, could also be a possibility at just about any point in time. We'll see how well this actually progresses in the next few days. But once again, please use caution, common sense, be weather aware, stay tuned to the National Hurricane Center, and keep it tuned to us here at News 12. And we'll keep you advised as to what we may be looking at in the course of the next few days. Again, for right now, not seeing a lot of development, and also right now we are kind of running out of dust. We don't have a lot out there. The next big pulse of dust looks like it's going to be staying close to northwest Africa, up around Morocco and into and around the Canaries and the Cape Verde Islands. So with lack of anything involving dust to filter out the sunlight, we might see a lot more activity very, very quickly. So we'll see what happens there with that into the next several days. Think that should do it for tonight. Again, apologies for the technical issues. We occasionally have that when you have one person like me doing everything here on Twitch and YouTube, trying to make sure that everything is working where it needs to be and properly. So for right now, Looks like, again, we're done for the evening, so we'll go ahead and throw it back to your regular Tuesday night bit of information. Questions, concerns, ideas, anything like that, you can reach us through our website, wdef.com/weather. You can email me at aonic@wdef.com, and of course, I'll be on all these social media pages. You can reach News 12 through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook if you'd like to tune in for more there. And of course, we post all of our replays of Weather Overtime at our website. You can reach us at wdef.com/weather if you'd like to find out more about what's going on there. I'll have more in your forecast tonight on News 12 at 11. Chip Chapman will have more in your forecast bright and early coming up tomorrow morning starting at 5 a.m., and also have more on your school bus forecast, getting the kids and the students back to the classroom for tomorrow, but otherwise shouldn't be looking at too much of a problem for getting the kids out there. Maybe a chance of rain coming up by Friday, but that's going to be about it. All right, that should do it for Tuesday evening, live and direct from downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee, USA, planet Earth. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onek. Thanks for stopping by. We'll have more on your forecast on our website, and of course tonight at 11 and tomorrow at 5 a.m. Let's be careful out there. Stay tuned for more with News 12 on air and online.